for 12 from downtown. Here's Paul. Well, looking for the Rockets to get something started. Houston. It has not been an easy one here for the Rockets. Coming TNT, the winner will face the winner between Utah and Oklahoma City. Here's Paul again.
First two. Now Wiggins had a good first quarter in game one. Finished with 18 points. Houston has missed 7 consecutive shots. With the high screen by Johnson. Here comes Paul. His 3. Rebound. Paul the other way. Rose will defend.
2:07 now for Karl Anthony Towns.
Look at Paul. Bouncing off bodies like a pin. Chris Paul. 4 of 7. Harden. 2 of 14. Paul left free to fire from 3. Correct. Exactly. And the expectations of this season high. Look at Paul scooping. Oh! Northern Midwest.
You and I will do game 4
We
on
will
Monday.
be up there on Monday, and Paul will put this. 8.5 to go. Chris Paul up and down. 8 now. Shot clock at 6. Paul. Whoa!
Paul doing his met. Here's Paul working on Bielitsa, gets past him years ago, 2012, when Derrick Rose tore his ACL in the playoffs. Butler trying to poke it away. Paul, so good from the floor. He's averaging 6.5 points per game in this series after 21 points per game during the regular year. Paul pulls up. Ball in the paint, stops, pops.
Derrick Rose just putting his head down.
Paul thinking 3. The pump fake and the floater. Rose has been so terrific. Taking the place, getting some minutes, making things happen. And here's a flash. Get an update with Christian moments from now. Here comes Paul. Makes a nice fake, and it was 7 in the second quarter from Derrick Rose. He continues in the game. Paul in. Paul. The Rockets' three-point shooting. First 3 games, 31%. Tonight, 28%. Another 3. Double with the screen, and Paul will try to maneuver around it. He got the screen and takes the 3. The Rockets have not turned the ball over the last 30 minutes and only 2 for the game. Here's a long 3.
Special evening like he's having.
Paul on the move over Chang. Rockets are shooting 45%, Minnesota 42%. That's the other
With
night.
Houston at home.
Paul. Jang is defending. Crin in the NBA from 26th to double. Rockets playing in their 6th consecutive playoff, all coinciding with Harden's.
In game 5, shooting close to 40%.
Paul up close again. It's Paul. A good team and progress and hope. Paul on the fly now.
19 and 28, 9 games below 500, but Rudy Gobert got healthy. 2-point lead for the Houston Rockets just underway. Chris Paul snakes around that Capella screen and took the A this year, only behind Golden State. Chris Paul backs it out in the mismatch against Favors and stares him.
Not only with the points, but then the direction and finding the other people so that they can run hard.
Here's Paul has a mismatch on Derek Favors, 10 on the clock. The sidestep 3, burst
at 44%, and he's done 44% for the last 2 years.
Chris Paul with 6 to go in the quarter. Chris Paul on Favors. 3 to go. 3 ball.
Here comes Paul weaving through traffic. Mitchell tries to follow him. Game 1 with the 21 points. Foul went for the first time on Gordon. Neto is in. Turnovers. Half minute to play in the first quarter. This match on Favors. Ball by 19 second quarter points. With a feed here, open Paul. 7 threes Houston. 11 threes Utah. Paul. It's Chris Paul. Second rebound. Got the screen. Mid-range. Paul keeps it alive, and he has Gobert in the mismatch. And the drive. Paul with a screen and a floating.
Jazz 2 for their first 8 from the floor. Paul, a lot of space.
She's not on the bench. She's standing up coaching right now.
Right in front of the bench. Paul with the magical handle. Finds a little space. Again, isolating, this time on Neto. Paul fading away. A different to 15. Trailed by as many as 24. He's at 21 right now. Paul, smooth and...
The rookie, and that's not where he's going to get going, by attacking the rim.
He's now 1 of 11 as Paul delivers.
Chris Paul at 15 points and 6 assists. The one-on-one with Gobert. 4 to 5. Bahamute with Gordon and Green. That's the Rocket 5. The try by Gobert.
The rim here.
Paul and Mitchell.
Selection that Coach Snyder was talking to us about before the game. You got to be better than that.
Paul! Chris Paul, 4 of 10. Held, fires on the fly. The third, Capella by himself. The handoff to Paul, surrounded by Gold. Away. Capella the screen, Chris Paul. It's Paul weaving through traffic. And he's in depth back, 16-footer. It's Nene. Paul, a 17th, has a foul to give. Jerebko trying to defend Paul, who launches it. A conversation, very animated, going the other way. Now Ingles is watching Chris Paul. It's 19, but they've come back. Chris Paul in the postseason with a nice 27 and 12 performance, over 12 rebounds. Ricky Rubio, who is so much a part of the regular season, 48-win regular year. Here comes Paul. He is on 8. Gobert is there, and that's when Paul has been relying on that mid-range. Now he's got O'Neal. It's a 3. Pressures the perimeter, and the 3 won't go. But the offensive rebound, and Paul in trouble, and that is down. It's Paul, no fouls to give either way. Paul got the screen, fires for the game.
The question is, who's going to come along for the ride with him in the fourth quarter?
3, Paul. Green, Tucker, and Paul. The Rocket 5. Here comes Chris, step back 3.
At some point in time, been real quiet offensively.
It's Paul, and Mitchell is there, and a shot comes Paul. Outside Gordon. Step back lead. It's Paul, 3. Inside on Gobert, walking the tightrope. 3, Chris Paul! What a riveting performance by Chris Paul. It's O'Neal, shot clock at 2. Paul, the dance, fires, good!
James Harden. Now you add a future Hall of Famer to the mix.
Paul, he got it again! Chris Paul!
Playoffs. Here's Paul putting the move on Looney. Looney defending on Paul. A lot of dribbling here by Paul. Goes to the...
Important minutes for Ryan Anderson. Didn't play a lot in the previous series versus Utah.
Nick Young with his second from downtown. Paul fires for 3.
He's just taking a look at James Harden all the way down.
Oh, the move by Paul sent Curry to the floor, and Tucker.
You know, we got sockless on the beach with
new
some
viewers.
loafers.
Well, you know, you could have 2 different names.
Sure.
Hampton's 5 as Paul takes 2 occasions. Hard not able to hit. Paul able to bank it home by Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Paul. Cutter looking for position. Shot clock to 3. Paul with a run. Paul. Watched by Curry. Paul got the step.
Talking about that Steve Kerr was worried about with Gordon on the floor.
Oh, the pullback by Paul.
Durant, and he's fueling Durant, and Durant's like, oh, this is what you want? I got more for you.
Oh, spectacular shot by Chris Paul. Ball played by Young. Here's Paul flipping it up. Gives it up. Paul banging with Curry to the fade. Back in. Paul was isolated on Looney and hitting the shot. He says that's what an offense is based on. So he would watch. I don't think it was before. Golden State, half minute to go in the third. This is Paul again. Paul played by Curry. Here's Paul, nicing here by the Rockets, and Ariza doesn't take to the rim and gives it off to Paul for the shot.
Open. He can make them in your face, but you have to rotate and communicate if you're Houston.
Here's Paul for third, and the pass picked off. Harden gets it back to Paul. Crowd getting a little anxious. Paul pulls it up on Young. Paul puts a move on Looney to the fade.
And a wide open three himself.
Paul open for three. And for the Warriors. Good job by Bell on Paul. Ranchers 8 to 20 to this point. Paul with that hesitation move. And basically, but can play all positions. Oh! Paul looking for the screen. And fires for. So the Warriors lead by 1. Here's Paul for 3. Clock. Paul has to force one. And scores! A deep three-pointer. Switched off. West back on Paul. Here's Paul with the step and the layup. Capella comes up top. Screen Green. Paul fires and hits the 3 with West switching off again. Shot clock to 5. Here's Paul rubbing off Looney and scores! Chris Paul doing it again as he did.